I'm a Christian and therefore I don't have any ill feeling toward anybody because of the race, because our black people are some of our finest citizens. In remarkable symmetry with Stephen's defense of treason and defense of slavery, Wallace recalled his defense of racial apartheid as resistance to tyranny, end quote. Due in part to her visit to him in the hospital, Chisholm said that later, Wallace wound up becoming, quote, the man who helped get the votes on minimum wages for black women, end quote. Clearly, there was some kind of change of heart on the part of Wallace during his political career, but the problem that I have with these three publications is that they don't seem to thread a very clear journey as to what that change was. Coates' reporting indicates that Wallace knew his political stance was wrong. It's just that he found more benefit in being wrong. Based on Chisholm's recollection of her visit, clearly there was some guilt that Wallace was feeling. Guilt, not remorse, can only happen in the event of the unexpected, and is therefore an internal recognition of some kind of failure. Whether it means I meant to do this, but I ended up doing that, or I achieved what I intended, but it's not what I expected, both are admissions of a failure. The trouble that I have with these publications is when Serwer comes in. Serwer quotes Wallace saying things contradictory to his own speech and behavior presented in Coates' reporting. Wallace said that he wasn't a proponent of violence, but violence is exactly what his behavior and political rhetoric supported. Why would Wallace lie about something that he supported in an attempt to take power and eventually undermine constitutional power through will of the people? If this is now starting to sound familiar, it is because it comes from the modern strongman's playbook of fascist interference. But what most astounds me is actually Chisholm's encounter. It was after the assassination attempt that Chisholm seemed to witness some level of repentance in Wallace. Raised and indoctrinated in something so morally cancerous as fascism, for Wallace to pull a moral 180 from that direction and eventually recommit himself to genuine American democracy is something we would be remiss to glaze over and ignore in a time like today.